Eternal Notes of Love, a Roman Symphony. In the heart of Rome, where the cobblestone streets whispered secrets of centuries past, our love story began. It was a meeting both strange and special, one that would shape the course of our lives forever. I had always been captivated by the mystique of Rome, its timeless beauty, and the way it effortlessly blended the ancient with the modern. As a young woman studying art history, I had moved to the Eternal City to immerse myself in its rich cultural tapestry. Little did I know that amidst the magnificent ruins and bustling piazzas, I would find something even more precious: love. It was a warm summer evening when our paths first crossed. I had just left my job at a small art gallery and decided to take a leisurely stroll through the charming streets of Trastevere. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming jasmine, and the soft glow of street lamps cast a romantic aura upon the cobblestones. As I wandered, I noticed a quaint little café nestled in a narrow alleyway, its rustic wooden tables adorned with flickering candles. The place seemed to beckon me, and so I ventured in, the sound of a faint melody reaching my ears. I found a cozy corner table and ordered a cappuccino, hoping to catch up on some reading. As I sipped my coffee, I couldn't help but glance around the cafe. It was then that my eyes locked with a pair of striking blue ones. The man who owned those eyes was sitting at the bar, his tousled dark hair giving him an air of mystery. I quickly looked away, my heart pounding in my chest, but it seemed fate had other plans. A few minutes later, I felt a presence beside me, and when I turned, there he was, the man with the captivating gaze. He introduced himself as Luca, a passionate musician who had recently moved to Rome. He had seen me from across the room and couldn't resist striking up a conversation. We talked for hours, our words flowing effortlessly as though we had known each other for a lifetime. Luca shared stories of his travels, his love for music, and his dream of composing a symphony inspired by the city of Rome itself. I, in turn, spoke of my studies, my fascination with art, and my dream of curating a gallery that showcased the beauty of this remarkable city. As the evening turned into night, Luca walked me home through the enchanting streets of Rome, the city itself seeming to serenade our blossoming connection. He asked if he could see me again, and I agreed without hesitation. Our subsequent meetings were filled with laughter, exploration, and an ever-deepening connection. We ventured to the hidden corners of Rome, exploring forgotten churches and quiet gardens, all while falling more in love with each other and this city that had brought us together. One memorable evening, Luca surprised me with a rooftop picnic overlooking the Colosseum. He had composed a piece of music just for me, his violin serenading the ancient amphitheater in the moonlit sky. It was a moment that felt suspended in time, where the past and the present merged in perfect harmony. But life is not without its challenges, and we faced our fair share. We grappled with the complexities of a long-distance relationship as Luca's music career took him on tours around the world. There were moments of doubt and loneliness, but our love remained unwavering. Then, one fateful day, Luca returned from a tour with exciting news. He had been commissioned to compose a symphony dedicated to Rome, a tribute to the city that had brought us together. It was a dream come true for him, and he wanted me to be a part of it. As Luca immersed himself in the composition, I delved into curating a gallery exhibition that would accompany the symphony's debut. It was a labor of love, a celebration of art and music, inspired by the very essence of Rome. Months passed, and the day of the grand premiere arrived. The concert hall was filled with anticipation, and I watched with bated breath as Luca took the stage, his violin in hand. The symphony he had created was a masterpiece, a reflection of our love and the love we shared for this magnificent city. As the final notes of the symphony resounded through the hall, there was a moment of absolute silence before the audience erupted into applause. Luca looked out into the crowd, and there, in the front row, I stood, tears of pride and joy streaming down my face. It was a moment of culmination, a moment where our love and our passions had converged into something beautiful. After the concert, Luca joined me in the gallery, and we walked hand in hand among the artworks and the adoring crowd. It was then that he dropped to one knee, a glint of anticipation in his eyes. With a trembling voice, he asked me to be his partner for life, to share in the symphony of our love forever. With tears of happiness, I said yes, and the applause of the gallery goers became the soundtrack to our love story. We had come full circle from that fateful meeting in a quaint café to this moment of profound commitment. Rome, the city that had witnessed our love story, had one final gift to bestow upon us. Our love had endured the test of time and distance, and now, surrounded by the art and music that had brought us together, we were destined to spend the rest of our lives hand in hand, composing our own symphony of love amidst the eternal beauty of Rome. The end.